What about Rocky Marciano?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one. That's the one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano.
What's going on out there? This is called boxing. This is just my response to 10 players. What's up, brother? Before I get started, let me say, shouts out to 10 players, man. 10 players just says what he has to say, gives his opinion, and keeps it pushing, man. And it's not disrespectful about it. You know, some of y'all out there are some old disrespectful mofos, you know what I'm saying? But 10 players, a lot of love and respect for him. He does what he needs to do, and he's on the comedic side. He's real sarcastic with some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I'm not sure that everybody gets, but he is right on it. So love and respect for 10 players, but love and respect to everybody talking about boxing. You know, Jeff Cotto, Ghetto Superstar Zone, all you guys, man, who keep talking about boxing and keeping the sport I love alive, man. Much respect and love. But with that, 10 players asked me, what did I think about Terrence Crawford going to 147 pounds? Well, this is what I think, 10 players, man. As I sit here and smoke my 1845 Partagas cigar. Going back to 140 pounds, you got to give Bud a round of applause for what he did at 140, becoming the undisputed champion there. The last time we had one, it was Kati Azu. You know what I'm saying? You remember that fight, man? When he whooped Zab Judah's ass, but at 140, it hasn't been an undisputed champion in a long time, so I got to give him props for that. And for those of y'all talking about Sergey Limpinets, man, fuck that, man. Sergey Limpinets looked like he got the business last week watching that fight against Kondo, in my opinion. So I'm not sure how good he would do against Terrence Crawford. I think Terrence Crawford hand him, you know, a two-piece and a biscuit, man, and that's about it at 140 pounds. And yeah, that's right. He would hurt, you know, Adrian Broner, in my opinion, at 140. Mikey Garcia don't want none either. But 147 pounds. Before you get into it, just think about this. When you look at Terrence Crawford in his amateur career, Terrence Crawford amateurs, he beat Danny Garcia, but he lost to Saddam Ali. But when I look at the landscape, from 140, he was a big fish in a small pond. But now he's going into a shark tank with a lot of sharks. So, you know, 10 players, this is what I think. Honestly, man, Terrence Crawford needs to fight Jesse Vargas. You know, the relationship with Top Rank, hopefully that can be made, that fight. And then I think he needs to fight, you know, Horn, so he can grab that WBO belt. And then he can go to the, you know, the championship table and then fight some of the higher echelon 147 pounders, you know. I think he's going to make some noise, but the victim of Bud going up to 147 is definitely Danny Garcia, simply because he can't fucking fight scrubs no more. He can't fight nobody. He get away with too much shit, in my opinion. He needs a good matchup, and he needs a big win, because I think Bud would hand him another loss, in my opinion. I just think the thing that Terrence brings to the table is he adapts to whoever he's fighting, you know, and he can switch from, you know, orthodox to southpaw. And I just think his pop is real. His power is real. I know he spars with welterweights and junior middleweights, you know. And plus, he has that aggression. He wants to fucking fight. I know what you're talking about, Zone, but some fighters don't have that aggression in them. He really wants to fight and make shit happen. Where I don't think Danny Garcia really wants to fight, but he'll be a victim of, you know, Bud going up to 147 pounds. I think he should fight Vargas and Horn, grab the WBO, and then try and get a unification bout with the other champions in that division. Now, these are the fights that I think that are going to be really hard for Bud as he goes up. It's definitely going to be Sean Porter and Keith Thurman initially. Simply because I think that because Sean Porter and Keith Thurman are both 154 pounders, shrinking down to 147 to fight. That's why those guys got the power at that weight class. Very simple, cut and dry. Where when I look at Errol Spence Jr., the verdict isn't out on him. He has a tough matchup against, you know, Lamont Peterson. I don't know how he's going to do in that fight. I think he has potential, but I want to see how he does, you know, against him. Like I said, Errol Spence is somebody else is shrinking down to make, you know, the welterweight limit. So we'll see how Bud does, but Bud gonna shake it up. And the victim in that weight division is definitely Danny Garcia. I think Danny Garcia don't get on that bike and start handling, you know, shit and having good matchups, man. He might be in trouble, man. This is the way I see it going. And I'm not even getting on the hype train, 10 players. My question is, can the fights be made between Top Rank and the PBC? That's the real question, because all these PBC fighters are going to be fighting each other in 2018. Can the fight be made between Top Rank and the PBC? That's the question to ask. And that's basically it. I think Terrence is a live dog. Danny Garcia is going to be the victim. I know Saddam Ali beat him in the amateurs, but I think Bud will whoop Saddam Ali's ass right now. Simply put. And still the king of the 147-pound division is Keith Thurman. I know some of y'all think it's Spence and all that, I want to hear that shit, man. The unified champion is Keith Thurman, and I think he's the one that everybody has to beat to get a slice of that pie and become undisputed. So I just want to wait and see what happens, man. So 10 players, I hope that answers your question. Shouts out to everybody. You see me smoking my cigar. I'm sitting back here, you know, get ready to play some PlayStation 4, but those are my thoughts, man. Nothing else really there, but I think Bud gonna make some noise, man. Tell me what y'all think. Later.